There's a notion that some of us are born morning people and some are not. Sure, maybe some of us are less functional and groggier in the beginning of the day, but that doesn't mean that any one of us can't adopt a morning workout routine if he or she really wants to. Keep in mind that this is not a militant, get off your bed soldier type of method. The key to building any habit is working with the grain of human nature and not against it. By taking into consideration how our brain and physiology work in the morning, I'll teach you how to create a routine that gently builds momentum and prepares you both physically and mentally for your workout to the point that not only does it become effortless, but it also becomes something that you look forward to every single day. Even if you hate mornings and you always struggled with getting anything done in the beginning of the day. In the previous video, I introduced the 7 a.m. workout edge and I explained why training in the late afternoon after a busy day during the point of the day that you feel the most depleted doesn't work for a lot of people, and why you shouldn't also blame yourself if that's the case with you as well. I also talked about how high achievers such as entrepreneurs and some of your favorite actors use this mechanism in order to not only get in shape but also excel in their personal and professional life. And finally, I explained how you can also take advantage of the 7 a.m. workout edge without having to wake up extremely early, work out for hours, or use any special supplements. So if you haven't seen the previous video number 1, make sure that you watch it right now before this one. That way you'll make sure that you understand everything we cover in this video and you also get the best value out of this whole series. To be honest, I don't believe that anyone is really a morning person. You know, nobody, including me, wakes up thinking, awesome, I get to leave my warm and fuzzy bed to go work out instead of sleeping in for another half an hour. So what do you do then? You know, how do you fight that morning grogginess? One way to go is to use the just suck it approach, which you'll usually hear coming from loud militant type of motivators, you know, who might look and sound cool on your Instagram feed, but that's usually where their advice stays since it rarely has any practical use for the rest of us. The reality is that those first 20 minutes of the day are difficult for every single one of us. It doesn't mean that you're lazy, it's just normal human physiology. So the moment we wake up, there's a big battle going on that can determine the rest of our day. This battle is between the primal part of your brain, the limbic system, also known as the lizard brain, which is more of that beige colored area, and the more recent evolved part, the prefrontal cortex, which you can see here more in the front upper left red area. Now, your lizard brain, as you might already know, cares more about things that revolve around your survival. You know, things such as reproduction, food, shelter, and it will typically direct you towards short-term gratification over long-term happiness. Your prefrontal cortex, on the other hand, is the more logical, rational, and analytical part of your brain that is also responsible for setting goals that can make you happy in the long run. Now, here are the bad news. The lizard brain is also the part of the brain that receives instant daytime blood flow the moment you wake up, whereas the prefrontal cortex needs an additional 20 minutes for that to happen. In simple words, the lizard brain is more active and in control in the beginning of the day, whereas the prefrontal cortex is more like an old computer that needs an additional 20 minutes to properly boot. And that is also the reason why you feel that you need a cup of coffee before you can ask yourself to do anything serious in the beginning of the day. And this is the reason why we naturally gravitate towards comfort, and laziness in the beginning of the day doesn't mean that we are not morning people or that we are actually lazy. We are just experiencing the pull of hundreds of thousands of years of primal wiring. The good news is that we're also at a point of human evolution where we can actually resist this pull. All we need to do is be a little bit smart and provident about it and use what I like to call a brain startup routine. Our brain startup routine is based on an important factor that behavioral scientists call automaticity, which in simple words is creating simple and clear steps that reduce any possible friction between the moment you wake up and the moment you work out. A brain startup routine will help you build momentum gradually and smoothly prime your body and your brain to the point that when it's time to exercise, you feel that zero motivation and effort are required. Now, although everybody's different and you might need to make some adjustments, in this video, I'll give you a quick and simple example of a brain startup routine that includes 5 steps. Step 1 is breathing. The best way to increase wakefulness in the morning before you even get out of bed is getting some extra oxygen in your body. All you need to do is switch from a lying position to a sitting position, straighten your spine in order to accommodate airflow, and take 3 deep, slow breaths. Step number 2 is movement. The moment you're done with your breathing exercise, you want to get out of bed instantly and get moving. Now, a lot of morning routines might have you doing push-ups the moment you're out of bed, but as we'll cover in the next video, this is not a smart idea. Right now, at that moment, all you want to do is get some of your basic morning tasks done and let your body know that the day has begun. Nothing more complicated than that. Splash some cold water on your face, open some curtains, get some light in, brush your teeth, make coffee or breakfast. The goal basically here is to take a number of tasks that you do every morning anyway and sequence those in a practical order that will keep you busy for the next 5 minutes until we move to the next step. Step number 3 is hydration. Now, we all know how important hydration is, especially first thing in the morning when you haven't drunk anything for the last 8 or even more than 8 hours. But as it is with most basic important things, we often tend to ignore them. This is why I recommend that you create a ritual in order to empower this habit and include it every morning in your morning routine. So what you want to do here is make yourself a nice cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is that you like to drink in the morning. And you want to combine that with another habit that you find enjoyable, something that is not too stressful, something that is relatively relaxing. You can walk around, you can sit on the balcony, enjoy the view. For me, that is listening to podcasts. Just don't engage in anything that can lead to a lot of procrastination, social media, watching videos on YouTube, stuff like that. Try to avoid that and find something that will help you basically to enjoy your morning and your beverage. Step number 4 is tune up. Science has shown over and over again how beneficial music can be to exercise, both in terms of performance and motivation. One of the world's leading experts on psychology of exercise music even said that music is so beneficial to exercise that you can consider it as a type of legal performance enhancing drug. The 5th and final step is putting on your workout clothes, or what I like to call suit up. Even if up to this point you don't already feel ready to work out, putting on your workout clothes can make a big difference, and that's not just me saying this. According to a survey taken by 2,000 people who exercised consistently, 88% of them reported that the simple act of putting on their workout clothes provided the biggest surge of motivation to train. So put on your favorite workout clothes and see how you feel. I promise it makes a big difference. Overall, what you want to remember is that your brain needs at least 20 minutes in the morning to get out of its sleep inertia. What you can do is take little things, little tasks that you already do in the beginning of your day and structure them in your brain startup routine. As simple as this process looks, what is most important is that you perform it in the same exact order each morning. The more you do this, the more automated it becomes, and it reaches a point that it feels as effortless as a simple habit as brushing your teeth. So not only does it become an almost Pavlovian response, but it's also something you really look forward because you know how you'll feel for the rest of the day. You know about all the benefits that will be following you for the rest of your day. This is why my challenge for you after watching this video is taking a piece of paper and a pen or a noting app if you prefer digital notes and write down your own brain startup routine based on the guidelines that you got in this video. Remember that it's very important to be very specific and clear in the beginning when you're creating your list. So I'll include my list over here just so you can get some ideas on how to create your own. Finally, before I go, I want to remind you about my upcoming masterclass, the 7 a.m. Workout Club, which is based on the 7 a.m. workout edge that I've been talking in this video series. And in this class, I'll be sharing a lot more strategies and detailed steps on these topics and more. I'll cover things such as how to set up your morning social media detox, for example, how to solve your dependency on the snooze button, if these are toxic habits that you might have. I'll offer more guidelines regarding nutrition, how to eat in the morning or how not to eat if you're more of an intermittent fasting type of person, why the way that you work out in the morning should be quite different than the way that you work out in the afternoon, and all the tips and strategies that you need in order to get over any obstacle you might face when it comes to training early in the morning. So stay on the lookout, since in a few days I'll be releasing more information about this class, and I'll be also sharing with you a detailed table of contents with everything included in the course. Also remember that it's very important to sign up for the 7 a.m. workout club early bird list. You'll be getting access to my course this way a day earlier before it goes officially live, and I'll be also sharing with you there some bonus videos that I won't release publicly on my YouTube channel. In the next video, I'll be talking about the #1 mistake that people make when it comes to working out in the morning, and I'll be offering you a simple strategy to avoid this. That was all for today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep on training.